Folks, you're actually welcome to my channel today. I want to start with an apology for not being active on the channel for like almost 2 weeks. But now I'm back. Let's talk about the coronavirus and how it's actually affecting the Nigerian economy, affecting the public perception, it's affecting how we relate with people on a day-to-day basis. One of the first news is that the Senate, in one of the fewest circumstances, have decided to come out to confront the government and say the federal government is not actually doing enough. I think it was yesterday or a few days ago, the Senate President Ahmed Lawal went to actually look at the facilities in Abuja, the isolation center in Abuja, and so okay, maybe they're trying. Once something is actually affecting every single person in society, people will actually come and say, okay, what is it? And we have the likes of Dangote who are actually donating money for this stuff already. So Nigeria is in some way preparing for it. And then one of the shocking things that actually happened, Mr. Shikwe, the Director General of the Nigerian Disease Control Agency, has been quarantined. Right? So it's something that is not exempted. Even Chris Ngigi, when he visited the State House, this man was quarantined. How about the House of Reps that have gone for 2 weeks vacation? Why? Over the fears of coronavirus. So the thing is actually impacting a lot of people everywhere. What about the IMF, International Monetary Fund, donating $50 billion to the cause of coronavirus? The thing is going to affect a lot of countries, right? And what about the World Bank donated $2 billion plus? And now, to cope these things, many countries are actually cutting interest rates right now. Why? Because it's affecting the economy. A lot of people who buy things from China, they cannot actually buy from China right now because the movement to and from China is somehow restricted. And not only that, we're talking about public places being shut down, like Saudi Arabia, for example, where people go for pilgrimage and those kind of things. They've shut their doors for now, right? How about places like Iran? They've shut their doors. Even countries, they are saying that there is no more parliaments for now. So many of these countries are actually cutting down their interest rates so that there will be money flowing in the economy and all that. And this thing it may lead to global recession. It's possible. Why? Because there's no free flow of goods. China is one of the top most manufacturers, and this thing is hampering them now. It's going to cause the price of goods to actually go up, right? Because people are going to say, well, we don't see things buy now, and things are. Imagine in Nigeria, for example, we the sanitizers. Somebody posted a video on YouTube, and hand sanitizers and face masks. The price went up, and the shops don't even have to even sell to the people. Right? Talk about countries like Italy closing schools and universities over corona fears. Talk about the likes of CIA discussing the coronavirus and all that. Should we close the league? They are playing games now. Yeah, you saw that the games between Juventus and Inter Milan, the game was postponed because of fears of coronavirus. That Ronaldo have to fly to Spain to watch Real Madrid against Barcelona. So these things are actually real problems we're dealing with. What about India cancelling the visas to citizens of Italy, Turkey, and all those kind of countries, Iran and all that? Why? Over fears of, if a country like India that has over 1 billion people contact this kind of thing with China, it's going to be a disaster for the whole world. So them taking that kind of proactive steps is a very, very good one. And then one of the things I want to speak about is there is comments there. There are some persons who are fighting for freedom. One of them is Deji Adejanyu and Shehu Sani. He coming out, two of them were talking about the identity of the man. And one of the things we have to understand is there's something called logic, and then there's something called common sense, right? It is not good that such people should be in the public domain. Number one, them contracting coronavirus this is not a disease that was gotten by personal. It's not a consequence of personal works. So it's not like something like HIV, where somebody goes to a prostitute and have whatever with the prostitute and then contact it. No, this is something that anybody can contact. Anybody can contact it. So if you're you say, okay, let's put their name in the public domain. Whatever the reason you may have, or you may say, okay, we want their names to be public because so that we will know if the government are actually lying or no. No, don't put people because you ostracize such people. There's a kind of stigma that goes with such kind of people, right? So there are two consequences that we can actually isolate these cases. Like the people that traveled on the plane, they said the federal government is actually looking for them, so there is no data. Then actually take these people out and isolate them in the place. But to publish their identity is not only going to haunt them during this Ebola virus, it's still going to haunt them for the rest of their lives. And it could even make these people commit suicide. So probably after they've recovered, they could commit suicide because there is public perception about them has changed. So we have to be very, very careful the things that we actually do in this country. So the federal government says they're on top of this matter. And one of the things I saw on the internet was a Ghanaian pastor says coronavirus without water for 13,000 naira, and it's cashing out. Right? So a lot of people are cashing out with them, and this thing is something that we should look carefully in. I don't think it's going to survive in Africa, right? Because many virologists are saying that the weather condition in Africa is not going to make it survive. So guys, this is the update about coronavirus. We're talking about the stock market, global stock market being hit right now. We're talking about the issue of banknotes. Who actually came out and said banknotes could be a potential source of the spread of coronavirus. So these are the things that are actually happening right now, right? So as things unfold, I will bring them to you initially. Thank you very much. Bye.